What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag to you. Yeah. All right, y'all. So, the first video that I did today was quite a struggle to get through. So, yeah, I do have notes for this one. Not as in depth as they could be, but whatever. At least I got something so I could follow the order, because what the hell was I doing last time? Okay. Anyway, okay, so the last episode of Little Women ended with Money throwing all of the shit on Morland. So this one starts off with that same scene. And she like, oh, well, you care about Minnie feelings, it seemed like, more than you care about mine. And she's really mad because she feel like he's trying to push this whole get along with Minnie thing down her throat, and he forced her to backslide and monetize him. Okay, so apparently she's seen the word monetize somewhere and then tried to use it for herself. Apparently monetizing means that anything that's liquid is going to get thrown on you if she were to get upset. So yeah, she threw all the shit on him, and she arguing with him about how they need to be a team. He need to respect her views and all of this and all of that. And he basically agreed, and he want her to agree to not monetize him anymore. Yeah, she's saying that she don't think that she could do that because, yeah, she can't, because she's ignorant as hell. But she is willing to say that she will try to not monetize him anymore. Well, whoop-de-doo. Well, thank you. That's great. All right, but what I will say about Money right now is that wig, that little short one, that is another good choice on top of the wig that she wore last week that I told her needs to be her signature wig. Either of these two will do, okay? The one in the confessional, not the nonsense blue shit that she wearing throughout the show. That's a no-go. Gonna eat this in the midst of this video. I see people do worse. I see people smoking and all kind of stuff. So whatever. I'm hungry. All right. Minnie and the twins get together to talk about what happened at the wine tasting. So basically, twins are mad as hell about Melissa, as they should be, because fuck her, okay? I don't like Melissa. It was like, Andrea was like, it was my first time meeting her, but like she said before, she is not motherfucking impressed with that bitch. So, she kept on trying to act like she was classy, and they felt like she was trying to degrade their job so bad, she was making it seem like they get naked or something. They prostitutes or whores. She was like, you can see a little booty moving around, but we always have on clothes. I mean, we just twerking. Minnie said she was acting like she was their guidance counselor or something. I agree. I mean, you're giving advice to people who didn't ask you. Essentially, you're giving unwanted, negative advice to people you don't even fucking know. And then you try to bring their mates into it, which is just going to piss a motherfucker off, because you're trying to turn my dude, my person, against me. That made me fuck you up, but they didn't fight, but they mad. They damn sure don't like her. So Minnie don't seem to care for her neither, but Minnie didn't say very much about it, or if she was going to come to their aid in the future or anything like that. Then Minnie is pissed off about Money asking Juicy to be her maid of honor, right? And they're like, well, did you feel like Juicy was trying to rub it in your face? She was like, yeah. But she was like, oh, I want to have a toast to being the maid of honor. I was like, what was she supposed to do? Was she supposed to get asked and then feel bad for being asked and then go into a corner and, you know, try to not draw any attention to herself? Like, Minnie being petty. She should be mad at Money. Be mad at Money, because Money is the one that's kind of being petty. Because are her and Juicy really that close all of a sudden? But are, then still you really do need to take it up with Money. Juicy can't help the fact that she like her more than you. And she can't help the fact that she happy. And then Minnie is like, oh, always the bridesmaid, never a bride. Bitch, you ain't never a bride neither. You're not even a girlfriend. And Juicy was married before for like 15 years, and you have never been married. So no, you're always, well, you're not even a bridesmaid. You're literally nothing in the wedding party. So you're always nothing, and she's always at least in the fucking wedding party, is all that I fucking see. You being salty as hell and childish, and it is a very petty look. Not that you could look any pettier than you already do, but yeah, very petty right now. All right. Money and Morland went to go get her ring resized because apparently her finger is little as hell, like size 4. And she lets him know that her father is coming in town. And he needs to ask her father for her hand in marriage. And he's like, well, what if you say no? She was like, well, then I can't wear that ring. Girl, grow the hell up. Okay. You about the only girl in the whole damn show with a guy even trying to marry you, and he paying all of the bills, and you throwing shit in his face and telling him you don't know if you won't be able to stop throwing stuff at him, and he's still buying rings and trying to marry you and paying the bill. Your father better recognize you ain't cute. That's number one, okay? You are very short, but extremely tall for a little person, quite fat, really oddly shaped face, the biggest forehead on the face of the earth, ridiculous taste in wigs. Need I go on? Your father better recognize. Anyway, yeah. All right. Now, Andrea is in the hospital because apparently she went into like premature labor the day before. And Chris was arguing with her. Her sister said that he was arguing with her the whole day and arguing with her in the hospital. They actually had to kick his ass out. Now, your girl is a little person. You have a baby with high complications, and she's pregnant again with a baby that you know is at the very least going to have slight complications. And she keeps almost going into labor. And you would sit there and argue with her. Maybe it would be better if he did fucking leave. You know what I mean? Because if he gonna keep on stressing this girl out, something bad gonna happen to this baby. And I pray that her baby doesn't befall the same fate as Emily's, because this dude is being ridiculous. He put her through some real undue stress. So Amanda is on the phone with Andrea, and she was like, yeah, well, I don't know what Chris at. Well, have you seen him? And she's like, yeah, he's here. And then it's like all weird and quiet because, oh, my hair just sticking up. Because she don't really want to talk, while he's there or be talking shit about him. And she was like, well, why? And she was like, you know why? Because it smelled like alcohol. Like, I don't know what the hell that's even supposed to mean. But whatever. But yeah, Chris is there. And she was like, well, he better not be there arguing with you. And this is not your fault. Like, don't let him make you feel like it's your fault that she going into, preterm labor. I certainly hope that's not what the fuck they was arguing about, because that's about the dumbest shit ever. And he would need his motherfucking ass whooped. So, Amanda's talking shit about Chris, and Andrea hung up on her. She was like, she clicked off on me. And then she just burst into tears. She started crying. And her boyfriend, what the fuck is his name? Is it Brandon? Whatever. I don't know what the hell his name is. Whatever his name is, he like, it's okay. Like, she is grown. She gotta do what she gotta do. you gotta let her make her own mistakes and all of this and all of that. And she was like, this is my motherfucking sister. Like, we twins. Like, understand what the fuck it is I'm saying. And he's still just like, whatever. Like, chill. And she like, all right, sister, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna be being in your business no more. You don't want me around, then whatever. Yeah, right. All right. So then it goes into a very short thing about Emily and JJ and this trach surgery, the tracheotomy. I think that's when they cut the hole right here, and people have to talk through that hole for the rest of their life. Well, they're scared about it, and she's, upset as hell. She don't want to have no additional problems going on with him. She don't want him to, to grow up and be mad that she made this decision for him to be, this way forever. And she want him to actually have the most normal life that he could possibly have. Lantel isn't even giving the surgery like any thought. He just basically like, don't even think about it. We ain't doing that because you gotta have faith. Yeah, that sounds like a black people thing to do. Is to just tell people to have faith about stuff that don't make no sense to have faith in. And yeah, you really need to have science right now. Have science. So Emily is upset because Lantel is not really dealing with reality, because this thing is seeming to be, this surgery seem to be something that really is going to need to happen. And she's really going to have to tell somebody to put a hole in her son's throat, because his breathing problems are too fucking much. Okay. All right, so Money's father and brother show up at the house. She is happy. They cleaning up and all of this. And she runs to the door. She's so fucking excited. And Morland, I know he got to be on motherfucking edge. Oh my gosh, what is going on with my hair today? He's all on edge. And her father is kind of an asshole, okay? So he come in and he start off just with the shit talking. He like, okay, well, hey, how y'all doing? Morland, will you live here or something? Yeah, I live here. You live here? Like, what? Really? And I'm just finding this out. Like, I didn't know that you were shacking up money. So you're like, well, how long you been living here? It's like about a year. About it. It's like, well, yeah, I had to come in and, start paying the bills and stuff because I make enough money to handle everything, especially after she lost her job. And she like, yeah, I lost my job. I quit my job, and then I got a job at the salon, and then this happened and whatever. And yeah, so he been here. Oh, really? So y'all just living up in here just like, oh. And Morland's like, can I excuse myself to go to the bathroom? He tried to go up the stairs. His father like, you walking like you hurt. Are you okay? You're supposed to be a young man. You need to get some exercise. What's wrong with you? Run up them stairs. Run up them stairs, boy. See, he can't even run up the stairs. Now, if I was running up the stairs, I would have been up the stairs. But he can't even get it going and run. And I guess he tripped or something. They was like, So her father seemed like, I don't know, one of them kind of weird military dads that be trying to see if your husband is manly enough or whatever. Brute force type guy. Whatever. So actually the father does not know that they're engaged. And yeah, he got an issue. So as soon as Morland is up the stairs, he like, a fucking year? Are you serious? Like, I'm telling you, I don't really see, I mean, is this supposed to be good? Is this what you want for your life? To be here, living in this place with this person forever? Like, that's all you think of yourself? So basically, because he does not know that they are engaged, he thinks that she is being dumb and just shacking up with a guy, which is what she was doing up until a couple of weeks ago, right? Or whenever the hell it was that she got her ring. But, yeah, because she wouldn't have invited her father down, I don't think, if she wasn't engaged, right? So he wouldn't even have his ass in that damn house. But, because how come he didn't know for all that time? He ain't been over there, like, literally, apparently, at all. So he didn't ask. when he came back downstairs, her father just started making fun of him again, how out of shape he is, and all of this, and all of that. And they had to leave, so apparently they got other shit to do. And she gonna make a date with them, to meet up with all of the girls later on in the week. So she excited about that. But when Morland leaves, she was like, "You didn't ask him." She was like, "If you don't ask him, it ain't gonna be no wedding. It ain't. I can't get married without asking him." Apparently, this is her stepdad. That she been being her father since she was like 2 years old. And yeah, he is mean as hell and very fucking strict. I actually do kind of think she could jump in and be a little bit more protective of Morland, but now the twins get into like a badass fight with each other, because Amanda is like, why the fuck did you hang up on me? And Andrea's like, you know what? I was in the hospital. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. So apparently Andrea is on bed rest now. She just got to be laid up in the goddamn bed all the time. Andrea basically wants Amanda to butt out, to get out of her business, like stay out of it. And Amanda is saying that she butting in because she cared. That's her sister. Basically, when this motherfucker's fucked up and all gone, I'm going to be the one that's going to be left here to pick up the goddamn pieces as usual. I don't like my camera being right there. Like it was such a big difference. Yeah, I'm going to be the one picking up the pieces just like all the goddamn time. Like, I'm your sister. I'm always going to be here. This motherfucker. And why is you turning against me for him when we already know that he might just be all fucked up? So she's like, well, you know what? Jordan, is that his fucking name? Oh my God, why didn't I write down this boy? That is his name. So what? Like, Jordan ain't perfect neither. Your relationship ain't perfect. And she's like, I didn't fucking say my relationship. Did I say it was perfect? Jordan is a fuck up. He always do shit wrong. Just like fucking Chris. And you yell at me and you argue with me about him too. So she was like, well, that's because I care about you. She was like, well, I fucking care about you too. Like, what the fuck? So they going back and forth. Andrea does not really seem to be seeing Amanda's side, but I guess you gotta stick up for your man. I guess you can't just let him get all dogged out. It's just gonna be too much stress on you. So you gotta, forgive him when you're forgiving him, and try to let the shit be peaceful and not just keep on fighting all the damn time. And her sister is really coming at her in this episode because she is not trying to have this shit. So they both start crying. Andrea throw a little blanket over her head. Amanda walks out. My hair is just as messed up as it was in the first video now. All right, Amanda walks out and she walk up to Jordan and she starts crying and he like, what's up? She was like, she just keeps on, she won't listen to me. And he's like, she grown. You need to, stay out of it. Like, she can make her own decisions. I don't like his attitude toward this whole thing. It's as if he's never really paid attention to the way that twins operate before, but I don't think that they just do that. I don't think they just butt out and shit like that. But he's like, well, essentially he says some shit along the lines that he don't even want to go nowhere with them because some shit is always starting. So if you're going to be like, I don't know, trying to be all in your sister's life, then I don't want to be bothered. So Amanda's feeling like now the arguments that she's having with Andrea about Chris are messing with her relationship with Jordan. And she was like, well, if I don't have him or my sister, like, I'm not going to have nobody. My life's going to be over. And she's like, please don't leave me. I feel so sad for her to be afraid to lose this fat sack of shit, who is a way better piece of shit than Chris is, because Chris is garbage to me. Like, I can't even give him an actual like name or term or anything. Like, I don't fucking like that dude. Okay. Did that make it better? Ooh, that made it worse. Whatever. My hair is looking, my bangs. What is really going on? Stop it. Knock it off. Yeah, Chris is the absolute fucking worst. And Jordan is not fucking far behind. But he is still better than Chris. But I don't like the way that he's trying to make her choose between him and her sister, because that's the way it feels to me. So I'm feeling like right now, kind of fuck Jordan. Girl, stay in your sister life, because at any point in time, that motherfucking Chris could do whatever the hell he want, and she gonna be alone and broken and maybe too embarrassed to even come and talk to you. So you gonna have to be being in the loop yourself. All right. So Money invites everybody out, and when they first get there, is her brother and her father and her Morland. And they order some whiskey drinks, and her father's like, yeah, well, whiskey's for men. It's a real man drink. Hope you're a man, right? I hope you're a real man. And it's just getting weird, and he about to start going in on Morland. You can already fucking tell when Juicy comes in. So she's like so happy to see Juicy. She was like, maybe it'll cut some of this tension now that everybody's starting to come in, so her dad can't like just go in and like zero in on Morland. So now that she think the mood is about to be lighter, they for some reason start kind of talking about getting bullied when they were younger. And they were saying, I think first they were talking about Money bullying her brother or beating people up for her brother when she was young. And then they start talking about people, you know, picking on her, bullying her. And then Amanda was saying something about people bullying her, that they just grabbed her and they had her arms, and well, she was in school and people were just swinging her around, or somebody put somebody in a garbage can. And Juicy said that, you know, people were picking on her. So basically everybody was talking about these stories about getting picked on. It got very, very emotional. Everybody was crying. It was sad. And then Jordan, of all people, gets emotional, and he fucking starts crying, because he's saying that when he walks in someplace with his girl and her sister, that everybody's looking at them and people are making fun of them. And they don't understand, you know, it's just the way that they were born. And he hates seeing people, you know, make fun of them or try to hurt them. And it hurts him for them to be hurt. And it's just really sad. Like, I totally was not expecting that from Jordan. But like I said, it definitely didn't happen for Chris, because Chris is an ass. Who actually even has a baby that he should be able to see, that people are staring at or whatever. But the twins are adorable to not just me, they're quite adorbs to many people. So Juicy was like, well, shit, your girl is fine. So you don't even gotta cry. You can just be like, you know what? I got to find this bitch up in here. Now, I wouldn't say that if I was up in there, but she is very cute. They might be looking because she's a little person and she's so... because the twins are little people, but they are so fucking adorable. Like, they're so pretty. Their makeup is so nice. Like, they're just so cute. So, I mean, it could be that, or it could be people making fun of them. I don't know if grown people go around making fun of little people. They might. I don't know. I hope not. I hope that they're just imagining it. All right. After they stop crying about all of that, then they start talking about what kind of dwarfism they have. So Juicy is basically saying that she has a pituitary type that I guess has to do with the pituitary gland. So I guess she kind of might seem kind of even normal, except that she can't grow. Maybe like Webster. And it's probably just confounded by the fact that she is very, 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 very overweight. But yeah, Minnie and the twins said that they are Akon, which is like, you know, all of the girls over on the other one. Well, not all of them. On the LA show. The two main ones, Tara and Tanya, are Akon, I'm sure. Yeah, but it's like all these different types of dwarfism. And all right, so they said they're two, and then they're like, well, Money, which one are you? And she was like, I wasn't ever tested. They were like, you ain't never tested. Like, no, I just, we just knew I was little, so yeah, the doctor ain't never say nothing, and we didn't never go to get it checked or nothing. And her father's like, well, if that's something you want to do, I say go on and get it done. And the girls is like, yeah, you should go. Definitely go to the doctor and see what kind of dwarfism it is that you had. So then Juicy is like, okay, since I'm gonna be the maid of honor, Minnie rolling her eyes, I want to do a toast to the happy couple, to Minnie and Morland. Congratulations. And Father's like, what? What's going on right now? Okay. Morland like, hold up, y'all. I gotta do this here. I gotta do it right. Make sure I do it right. Sir, I just want you to know that I really love Money. She's very important to me. I care about her. And I want to ask you if I could. He like, hold up, ho, blah, 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 blah. Don't even got to finish the sentence. The answer is basically no. I don't know you, ma'am. How I'm just going to say, yeah, you can marry my daughter. First of all, you don't live anywhere near them, so how are you going to know anybody that she with? She not a teenager where you going to know her boyfriend because he got to come to your house to pick her up. She apparently lives in a whole goddamn different city where you haven't seen her in more than a year. So, yeah. I think your hopes of knowing who she's going to marry are pretty much dashed. Anyway, he still got attitude about the shit. Everybody feels awkward at this point. Like, oh, shouldn't have said nothing? Foot in the mouth again? Another event that is for a specific thing, but then not really. Okay, well, I guess it's not an engagement dinner. It's just a meet the daddy dinner. But yeah. So he like, well, if we could, if I could just have your blessing. He was like, well, I ain't shaking your head, because the shake ain't gonna be, what you trying to think my shake is gonna be about. So he basically just shut Morland the hell down. Like I said, it's awkward and embarrassing. And Money's like, I can't believe he being so mean. I think you can believe it. I think you already know your father is gonna be on this motherfucker just tripping. Like you a motherfucking queen or a princess or whatever. But apparently she's a daddy's girl. She like, Daddy, can I talk to you? She go outside with him. And she like, basically, you raised me the right way. So just for you to not trust my judgment, it really hurts me. Like you raised me well enough for you to be able to trust that I'm doing the right thing and that I make smart decisions. And she's crying and everything, and he's, feeling bad, and he's like, okay. I'm saying, I don't know if this motherfucker is good enough. Like what does he have? Like what is his potential? Like, I just don't think that he got nothing going for himself. But I'm saying, what does she got going? She don't got no job. Don't she got a baby that I've never seen? She got a kid and she ain't got no job. All right? She just haphazardly just up and quit a job that she had. Even with a kid. Someone came in to not only pay half of the bills and all of that like a roommate, but to pay for everything. And she also said in the last episode that she put money aside for bail. So she get an allowance. He pays for everything and she get an allowance. Where can I get a deal like that? So I don't see what she got going for herself that he should be being bothered with her. But of course there's love, and apparently he must fucking have it, right? So the father's like, all right, well, I'll make an agreement that he can prove himself to me. So you could get engaged, you could walk around with the ring. Because she was like, well, I could wear the ring and I could still be getting to know and make sure that he is what it is that I'm looking for or wanting. And father like, yeah, I'll give him a chance to show me that he's what I need him to be, if that make you feel better. That made her feel better. They seemed to go back in and everything seemed to be a lot better. Then there's a little spot with Emily talking to Lantel's sister about the trach, and basically saying how it's very, very necessary at this point, but Lantel don't seem to understand that, and the sister is basically saying Lantel is not going to understand it. Yeah, he gonna say no if you ask him. And Emily's like, well, it's not a question. It's not a question of if. She should have said it's a question of when. But yeah, it absolutely has to be done. The doctors are saying the boy is like so behind. He just is starting to recognize things like when you snap in front of him, which is what he should have been doing from birth. So he is way behind developmentally because they have to just keep on focusing on his breathing. So the trach is happening whether Lantel want it or not, but the sister is saying he definitely is not gonna want that. Okay, so Minnie sets up this trip for them all to go on some little river or lake or something, and these little raft things. Can't nobody swim, I think, except for maybe Juicy. And they all in these little inner tubes. They all got attitudes because they like, this shit too little. Have little people ever done this before? They're feeling like it's dangerous. Juicy like, you need to check shit out before you just be having us doing all kind of crazy stuff. So Minnie did this to try to, you know, clear the air, get everybody calm in one place and whatever. And also to try to talk to Money. You're not slick. And people are complaining. So she kind of got an attitude about that. Once they actually get on the thing, which is hard as hell because they like, well, Minnie got to do it first. She plopped her little round ass onto the little inner tube and she is laid back like she just gonna fall in the water automatically. She can't move at all. I know her hair is just in the water. I'm like, this is ridiculous. They wound up having to put her in the bear boat, I think it was called. They should have put Juicy in one too. She even fatter than her. I'm like, they did them dirty with these little balloon raft things. But they seem to be able to float. And, you know, everybody's out there. They drinking. The guys got water guns and all of that. So they're just playing in the water. And at some point, Morland just goes and tosses Polo Minnie into the damn lake. She was mad as hell, but there were many times where I saw that they were standing up in the water, so they thought it was tall, like 5 feet tall for them. But no, it was but no, the water was shallow enough that a lot of the times the girls were able to stand up in it and it still come to a comfortable level on their body, like maybe chest or waist or whatever. So it wasn't very deep at all. So after Minnie fell, she just stood right up. It was cool. And you know, she was mad and nobody else got tossed in. So when they were coming out of the water, Money was like, oh well, I wanted Morland to do, you know, some little shady shit, and I'm glad that he did it to Minnie. So whatever, maybe that was him trying to prove to her that he don't really care about Minnie for the whole ring thing that she mad about. Whatever. They leave. They go over to a table to have some snacks together, and they're just, you know, talking about some shit. Let me see. Okay, I don't even know what they talked about before they got into this, but it just came like really fast up. Minnie's like, so Money, did you go get tested? She's like, oh no, not yet. How come? How come what? How come you didn't do it yet? Oh, I haven't had the time. Well, it doesn't really take that much time. I'll get around to it. I just never really did it because, well, this is Money. So I never really did it because, I mean, I didn't really think it was necessary. I mean, I already knew I was short. Nothing was gonna really change. And Minnie is like, so you don't feel funny? She was like, no. I mean, are you asking if I feel funny when I'm in the store and I can't reach nothing and everything is taller than me? Or that everybody that I know is tall and towering over me? And motherfucking Minnie was like, no, you're basically like the Shaquille O'Neal out of all of us. Like, in every picture we take, you're towering over all of us. And Juice is like, so what? If she wasn't the tallest, then I'll be the tallest. I mean, somebody has to be the tallest person. Well, she was like, well, it just seems odd because, you know, we all know what kind of dwarfism it is that we had. It just seems strange that you wouldn't have ever gone to get it, and that it's like taking you so long. She was like, well, I will go and get it. She's like, but I mean, why is you... Money is like, well, it's not gonna change nothing. And she was like, it will change something. What is it gonna change? So she asked Minnie, after you found out, did you get taller? Did anything in the world change for you? So no, ain't nothing gonna change at this point in my life. For me being the short person that I am and adjusting to having been short, me finding out what kind of dwarfism I have is not going to really do anything. But in the same breath, she's saying that she want to find out for her son, in case he want to have kids, which means that you do think that something could change. But what? Does he have it too? Like, I don't know, because we ain't never seen the damn son. She the only one on the whole show hiding her kid. So we don't know if he a little person or a regular person or whatever. But I'm gonna assume that he must be adequately short for her to be thinking that maybe there is a problem. But essentially she's saying that the struggles are still gonna be the goddamn same. So she's saying, well, I'm gonna go get tested, you know, when I have the time to do that. You know, because I'm grown, I got shit to do, and I do what I need to do when I need to do it, motherfucker. And Juice is like, well, I'll go with you when you go, you know, if you need somebody to come with you. And then Minnie is like, well, I'm saying you're not a little person. Like, why is you hanging with us? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to have a type of dwarfism to hang with y'all? Is that how it go? Is that how y'all feel? Is that how all y'all? So she's like, no, y'all, to the twins. Do y'all feel that way? They didn't say nothing. I think they're more thinking the show is called Little Women. So, yeah, you need to be a little person. Like the actual kind, not just the person who is little. So, Minnie is saying, I mean, you're not even a little person. You're just short. Like, why are you here? She was like, oh, okay, so that's how y'all all feel? Ain't nobody say nothing. Nobody said nothing. But she took that to mean yes. And she was like, cool, you know what? I'm out. So she get up, she walk away, and Morland go and kind of like chase behind her. And Minnie just sat there with a little bit of satisfaction in her face. That was mean-spirited. But I guess that Minnie feels at this point that she is vindicated for lying, because now she feels like Money lied. I don't think Money lied. I think you know, she's very short, right? But she can't be in charge of going to the doctor and finding out tests and all that shit when she was a little kid. So her parents didn't do it. They just told her that she was a little person, and that's what she believed. She hasn't been to the doctor because at this point it don't really matter. But she could find out, I mean, just to fucking appease you motherfuckers, or just for the sake of knowing. But she's right, it isn't going to change anything at this point. Good thing she didn't have to have a whole bunch of surgeries and all of that stuff, which could mean that she may not be a little person. She might just be short. But I think that it was very, very mean for Minnie to bring it up and push it, harp on it like that hard, where it was very obvious she was trying to make it an issue for Money and with Money. Like it's any different or any special. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I did not care for that part of the situation. All right, so overall recap of this. Not gonna speak on Emily's situation. We already know what's up. Okay, Wood is going out places with Bree now. It's kind of nice, I guess. Morland, I'm really starting to like him. Jordan, I'm wishy-washy with him. He go back and forth, but I don't like him trying to draw a wedge between the twins. I hate Chris still. I don't like the twins fighting and arguing the way they doing. It's kind of sad, but I feel like they're gonna get back together because they love each other. And I think that Minnie is being extra petty towards Money about this whole situation. And I think that Money need to stop tripping with her daddy coming up there acting like she's some fucking prize to win, and let him know she ain't got shit going with her life. And Morland is the best thing since sliced bread as far as her life is concerned. So if you guys agree with me and my recap, review, commentary, let me know down in the comments. If you don't agree, let me know that down in the comments as well. Don't cuss at me though. Okay, you could cuss, but don't, you know, call me names like bitches and stuff like that, because that made me mad. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel in the comments, and until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to watch my channel. While you're at it, swing by and check out my previous video.
So Savannah came up there acting like everybody was so jealous of her, acting like video. I told you guys.
If you're into prettying yourself up and beautifying, go and check out my natural hair and beauty channel.
I've been hearing about in the news as far as natural hair goes. So, number 1, Shea Moisture.
I also have a fitness channel where I share free workouts if that's something that you've been looking for.